how would Heathens Against Hate do that?
In terms of like, I'm going to call it, I don't know if I'm using the correct term, but kind of like red flag operations kind of thing, like taking over what our goodwill mission is.
Right. If we come to say an outreach event and then try to recruit
So for instance, with Frithworks, if somebody wants to facilitate it, there is an application which is reviewed by Heathens Against Hate staff, and essentially, once it's reviewed, then part of it is that you get together at least twice a year and to do these discussions, and then the facilitator would then kind of like submit a report to us. Just pretty much kind of like letting us know, hey, this is what we talked about, this is some of the problems we see, and then this report allows us to then dispense information like resources, networking to these local Frithworks. But a part of it also becomes like part of the networking is also checking in with the local community, saying, hey, we have Frithworks like around, in Philly. How did that turn out? Like, how, what's the deal with these, what's the deal with these people and whatnot? Like, this is part of the greater scheme of community, and it doesn't exist in isolation. So there is a way to figure out exactly like what's going on, and if there is let's say, and I thought about this when creating Frithworks, is what happens if somebody says, yeah, I'll be a facilitator, but now I'm just going to get people together and give him all the ideology that we are trying to remove from our faith. And in that case, not only is that application pulled, but it will be notified that Frithworks is no longer in existence. And the reason why, because part of Heathens Against Hate, and I know that we've been very diplomatic in this discussion, but we have absolutely zero tolerance for any apologetics or any room for somebody taking advantage. It's like, we come with goodwill, and if we don't receive it, that's unfortunate. But if we go beyond that and actually, receive flack or having our programs being taken advantage of, no, that's not the case. And to finish that off is that we are actually also have an open dialogue with the Southern Poverty Law Center, and I've been on the phone with them for hours, like providing them with information about the difference between like when you're writing about neo-Volkish and when you're writing about heathenry, and how to separate the two in a sentence or in a paragraph in order to avoid that confusion. And so we are holding ourselves, our organization, the Troth included, if anybody follows, to an accountability, and that accountability is making sure that stuff like that will not happen. And if on the possibility that it actually does, yeah, that's going to be really bad, and we're gonna work our hardest to make sure that doesn't happen.
Are there any other questions?
All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.